Let's look at this one from ESPN.com, and it's about the Browns' road to the Super Bowl. And so you see they go through Garrett and Chubb and Ward, but they say Cleveland's first Super Bowl appearance is blocked by elite quarterbacks. They'll have to go to Joe Burrow or Patrick Mahomes or Lamar Jackson, Justin Herbert, Josh Allen. And I get where they're going with this, but you can say that about getting to the Super Bowl at any time. Before it was, that there was Brett Favre or John Elway. There's always really good quarterbacks. Now, it's fair to say there's a number of them in the AFC, but a really good defense and a quality quarterback usually gets that done.
Yeah, not only a really good defense, but a really good run game. I mean, you look at Tennessee, I think they had every opportunity to win that game. Ryan Tannehill just really struggled, and there were some bad breaks. And I think Tennessee is kind of the Browns' model for winning the Super Bowl. I think that, and I know Baker Mayfield can and definitely should play as well, if not better than Ryan Tannehill. So, I mean, if you're talking about the Titans making the Super Bowl, I think you could talk about the Browns making the Super Bowl. They do it running defense and Baker Mayfield or Ryan Tannehill being efficient. You don't need Baker Mayfield to take over the offense. That's not how this offense is built. Even if, Kirk Cousins comes in or somebody else, which I don't think is likely, but even if that happens, you're still going to be based on the run game and your defense. I mean, that's the way the Browns are built. So I think you can follow Tennessee's model and just certainly do it that way. You can follow the 49ers model. They run the ball well with Deebo Samuel and Jimmy G is efficient in the pass game, and they have a good defense. So there's definitely a model to get through the postseason and get to the Super Bowl without having quote unquote elite quarterback play. And I think those are the kind of three teams, the Browns, the 49ers, and the Titans are the three teams to kind of look at when you're talking about, really using the run game and defense to get to that point.
My kind of thought with quarterback play is there will come times in a game and during a season when the quarterback has to make plays, and it particularly late in games. And that's, I think you and I have talked about this. That's the one thing I want to see from Baker Mayfield. I want to see Baker Mayfield in the fourth quarter with the game on the line, take the Browns on some game-winning drives. If he does that, I think he's the guy that can do what the Browns need him to do.
Yeah, it seemed like this year he was snake bitten. I mean, the first game against the Chiefs, he had the trip and the interception, and then just there were some other games where it didn't work out for him. So you're right. I think that's a big part of his game that needs to kind of find itself. Last year we saw with Cincinnati, where he came back and had a huge drive and they won that game. The part of the problem too, I believe, is that I don't think Kevin Stefanski's offense is meant for comebacks. They don't score in the fourth quarter regardless, whether they need to or not. They're like the worst in the league in scoring in the fourth quarter. In the second half, their MO, their model is to run up to get up in the first half and then kind of play solid defense and hold them down in the second half. And at times they didn't do that well enough last year. So they got to do a little more offensively, even outside of Baker Mayfield, maybe be a little more aggressive in their play calling, be a little more aggressive in their scheme to make things happen towards the end of the game. Because last year they did not do a good enough job. And I think Baker Mayfield would admit that he wasn't, his normal self in the fourth quarter either.
Yeah, I think that's fair. And I think you're absolutely right. We're not saying anything that Baker Mayfield wouldn't agree with.